Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are brawling.
We're brawling.
How's it going, Corey?
Good. I'm gonna do that every time, just so you know.
My name's John. We are here with Card Knock Life. Best
Yeah.
podcast, best website, best YouTube, right?
That's pretty close. The podcast is called Metacall these days, but it is under the Card Knock Life umbrella, as is the Brawlin series. So we are Card Knock Life. Let's put it that way.
Yes. Well, the important part is we are back with more Brawl. This is last time we were playing Historic Brawl. Tonight we're playing last
Historic
time was
Brawl.
Standard Brawl. Tonight we're playing Historic Brawl.
Yeah.
Get it correct. So we've got some brand new Planeswalkers from Ikoria, Luca versus Vivienne. And, before we get started, I just wanted to talk about that Standard versus Historic Brawl. And I want to say, for the record, Historic Brawl is where it's at. I don't think there's that much value, honestly, in playing Standard Brawl in the queues. First of all, I think it's absurd that you have to spend money to play Brawl.
Yeah.
I mean, it requires you to have this pretty big collection to begin with. So the idea is you've already spent a ton of money drafting, buying packs, whatever, to even have a decent Brawl deck. But really, the Standard Brawl is just so limited compared to Historic Brawl. And I think, I don't know about you, Corey, but the thing that I love about Commander, which is our the closest approximation we have here in Arena is Brawl. The thing I like about Commander is getting to use all those old weird cards. I like using stuff like Hall of Gemstone, to lock out my opponent's multicolor decks and stuff like that in Commander. I'm not in it for, a way to use my standard cards per se. So I just wanted to say, Historic Brawl with your friends. This is why I like this format. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Anyways, we're not here to soapbox on the Brawl situation, but
What? I
but
thought
we
were.
are here to talk about Brawl. So I suppose that's on. That's not too tangential.
Yeah.
Historic Brawl probably is the best place to play with the old cards online. It's weird that the historic formats are supported in the way that they are right now, because it's like they're trying to come up with a solution for all of the cards that you invest in that you can no longer play in standard, but then it's like really impossible to find opportunities to play them at this point in time. So I don't really understand what the rationale is behind that, because I think Historic's a really cool format. I think Historic Brawl is probably an even cooler format. And we have a lot of fun playing it. Why can't we?
Yeah.
I couldn't even test these decks out, so I don't know if I made any weird deck building faux pas.
Yeah, well, so to be clear, when you're setting up a Historic Brawl deck in Arena, it's got to be called Friendly Brawl.
Yeah, this is our Friendly Brawl series.
Yeah. So anyway, we're playing Historic Brawl. Let's take a look at the decks. I've got Corey's deck here. He's playing with Luca. Tonight I'm playing Vivienne. Again, we couldn't test these, so the point is not necessarily to have the most competitive decks, but we're just trying out some new fun stuff. So let's take a look at your deck, Corey. Why don't you walk me through it, and I'll try to show the viewers some of the cards you want to highlight here.
Yeah, we're starting on a tour de Luca right now. So the whole idea with this series is that we do some thematic matchups. So last time we did the mutate creatures, which again we did standard Brawl. I think that lent itself a little better to that because a lot of the mutate cards were in standard anyway. This time we opened it up to everything. Yeah, all of them, of course. But I guess I'm saying a lot of the cards that you want to include in the deck.
Yeah.
Closer to standard. Anyways, point being, I came up with the idea to do Luca versus Vivienne in hopes that John would be like, all right, I'll do Luca, you do Vivienne. Because as I mentioned last time, I'm really a big fan of green and blue decks and pretty much nothing else. So I was willing, though, this time to put myself into some kind of uncommon territory with the mono red deck at this point. And here I am with a Luca deck. But that said, I don't want to do the mono red aggro because it's just like, it's tired and it wouldn't make for very good content. So instead I went big red, which I think is actually a pretty fun strategy. I've played some Scred in Modern myself. But Luca is a 5-mana planeswalker. So, kind of lends himself to a big red strategy. He's got 5 loyalty, +1, exile the top 3 cards of your library. Creature cards exiled this way you may cast this card from exile as long as you control a Luca planeswalker. So, hey, that's card advantage. That's Ancestral Recall right there, baby. And it's in a red card.
How many Luca planeswalkers are there in this deck?
Just one.
Oh, okay.
But, you can put them back out.
Yeah.
Anyways, -2, exile target creature you control, then reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card with higher converted mana cost. Put that card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Upgrade. Okay, so that's a green ability right there too, so I'm okay with this so far. And then -7, each creature you control deals damage to its power equal to its power to each opponent, also known as you win the game. So here's the thing. This guy just barely, checks the boxes for my preferences when it comes to this format. So I think he'll do.
I mean, he really is besides that -7, he really is a green planeswalker. He really does feel like a green planeswalker. There's very little red flavor about this. The plus ability feels just like, Nissa and Vivienne planeswalkers we've had before. The -2 is very similar to, some of the pod like abilities we've got out there. Obviously, red has the element of randomness thrown in there, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. What's funny is just on my screen here, I'm going to show the viewers here. Claim the Firstborn is on the screen, but not in your deck. How funny would it have been if you stole my creatures and then exiled them with the minus? That would have been pretty great.
Yeah, that's a good idea, and I considered doing that, but I think I guess my head was just in a different place with this deck, and I'll explain. But that is something you can do. There's all sorts of treachery type of effects in the format that you can borrow.
Is this cat in your deck? Can I just ask? This cat on Luca's art?
No.
I want that.
I don't even know what that card is.
I don't think it is a real card, but I want it.
So starting from left to right here, my lowly 1-drop is not really a 1-drop at all. It's a 1-mana 1/1, but it really only does stuff when you have 6 lands in play. So that's Dragon Master Outcast. I wanted to take advantage of the cards that were available in the historic anthologies, and they tend to be like this guy and then a bunch of goblins in red. So there's like a goblin sub-theme going on here, but it's mostly just so I can play a goblin matron and like find, goblin tools such as siege gang commanders in the deck. I've also got the Trash Master who can destroy artifacts, which I think is going to be very relevant because most decks play mana rocks of some sort, and I got to take advantage of that tempo.
I love that goblin matron art, by the way.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Goblin Matron's a fun card. I think we're close to like some some goblin playability in historic. We've got enough stuff to make it doable.
Yeah. Sure.
But anyways, when you're in a mono-colored deck, you have to kind of make up for the fact that you don't have access to certain strategies, like destroying big creatures. So I knew I was up against a green deck, and I think I'm gonna have a hard time with some big buddied creatures because all I can really do is damage them. Had I gone claim the Firstborn treachery route, I think we could, have a little more success in that field, but that's boring. Come on.
Yeah.
So a lot of my creatures can deal with artifacts or deal direct damage. A lot of my early plays, we're looking at like Treasure Map, Arcane Signet, Wily Goblin. They ramp because I just basically want to be overwhelming my opponent. If I can't kill the creatures, I want to be playing bigger creatures. So the curve is pretty heavily slanted towards like 3, 4, 5, 6 drops in this deck.
I love the Lannery Storm inclusion.
Yeah, Lannery Storm is ramp. Yeah, it's ramp. And so like I said, a little bit of a goblin theme. I like the idea of like having a Kranko or a Legion War Boss and turning those tokens into bigger creatures. Because Luca, can turn a 1/1 creature into a Meteor Golem, for example. And in order to maximize the effect of that, I want to keep my creatures high in cost so that I don't end up getting like the really disappointing Embereth Shieldbreaker off the top. Now, if I do get a 1-drop and it's Dragon Master Outcast late in the game, it's like not too bad, right? So got that going. Anyways, that's the plan in general. I don't want to go into too much detail. I think you're going to see it play out. But I don't know if, John, you just kind of want to like fan through those cards as you take a look.
Yeah, we're taking a look at some of these big fatties. Yadaro, love that.
Oh, also a dragon sub-theme. That's the other one. So, Dragon's Horde lends itself pretty well to that. I want to be playing Mana Rocks anyway. But then we've got Sarkhan the Masterless and then just most of the good effective dragons in the format.
Nice.
You need something like Meteor Golem to deal with the enchantments and artifacts. It's one of the only things that can do it. So we've got access to that guy.
Yeah, it turns out you'll pay 7 mana or basically any amount of mana if you just get to destroy anything.
Right.
I'm looking forward to when you when you go Legion War Boss into activate Luca into Meteor Golem by Planeswalker, and then I just die to Legion War Boss.
It'll happen. All right, so let's pull up your Vivienne deck then.
Yeah. Let's go back to Vivienne here. So I have to say I did kind of guilt Corey into letting me play Vivienne. I think Vivienne is just so much stronger than Luca.
Yeah. I mean, green is just better in Commander.
Well, I also get Future Sight with Vivienne.
Right, yeah.
So Vivienne is a 5-mana Planeswalker as well. Starts with 3 loyalty, has 2 static abilities that are basically 1. You may look at the top card of your library anytime, and you may cast creature spells from the top of your library. +1, create a 3/3 green beast creature token, and you get to put your choice of a vigilance, reach, or trample counter on it. And -2, when you cast your next creature spell this turn, search your library for a creature card with lesser converted mana cost, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. This card's just bonkers. It really is.
Yeah,
just
it's
bonkers.
really good.
I mean, Luca is awesome, but you know, I had less time today to build my deck than Corey, so like I said, I guilted him into letting me play Vivienne. But I've handicapped myself by not going all in on the creatures like I probably should have. So
yeah, it's hard to do that, right? There's so many appealing other cards. Like I see your Kamal's Druidic Vow. It's hard to say no.
Yeah, it's hard to say no to Kamal's Druidic Vow. Really, this is just me trying to get revenge on Corey for the last time he cast Kamal's Druidic Vow. And got a million permanents when he was already so far ahead on board. But, you know, I figured if your Planeswalker is green, or your commander is a green Planeswalker, it's kind of hard to say no to the temptation of Kamal's Druidic Vow. Plus, you know, kind of just like in red, you know, I'm kind of making up for some of the issues that I get from being monocolored. So I've got Transmogrifying Wand to deal with some of your creatures. I've got Kenrith's Transformation, a couple things like that. Otherwise, mostly just a little bit of ramp, some ramp creatures on the low end here. You know, thankfully, I'm in green, so I do get Broken Bond, Naturalize, those kind of effects. I went with Broken Bond to hopefully, you know, get some accidental ramp out of it there. Although most likely I'll just draw it late game and have nothing to do with it. And then, you know, just big fatties. Trying to use a couple mutate cards like Gem Razor here. I've got some other Planeswalkers in Vivienne and Nissa. I mean, if I'm playing one 5-mana Planeswalker, why not play all of them, right?
Yeah. And I've got, so I imported John's deck as well. So if we have a chance to swap at some point here, I do have my own version of it with a couple of minor changes. And I think that you might see that you forgot about a couple of things. I don't want to point them out now, but they're out there, and I'm glad you didn't put some of these in your deck. But there are some pretty awful things happening in mono green, such as the Great Henge, Galta, Carnage Tyrant, that are very, very hard to deal with. So I fear those.
Well, I cut the Giganta whatever +20/+20. I figured, you know what, I better go easy on Corey. I can't do Galta into Colossification, you know.
Yeah, well, I would have nothing to say about that in a mono red deck, that's for sure, except for my Meteor Golem.
Well, again, this is about having fun. This is not necessarily about having the most competitive deck. So, you know, maybe we try this again someday with some adjustments. But I say let's get into it. Let's brawl.
All right, we're gonna be brawling. This is Brawlin Fatty Clash Off Edition right here. Mono red versus mono green. It's just gonna be creatures smashing each other. Are you gonna send me?
Yeah.
Oh, view challenge. Okay, look at this. Deny. Just kidding. Okay, what happened?
Nothing
Click
yet.
This button, accept. Okay, there we go. It gets a little funky sometimes. Did you do the right thing? You did not.
What?
Let's try that again. 60 card, my friend. You pulled the Corey there.
No, I hit. Oh my gosh, it's rigged.
I don't know what to do. Okay.
All right, let me try challenging you again. This can't be too easy. Okay, Brawl is the only option there. Okay, I hit Brawl.
All right, view challenge and accept. All right.
There we go.
Much better job this time.
Now I have to just find my Brawl deck in the million Brawl decks I've got here.
For the record, in the last episode, John schooled me pretty good. The first game, I crushed him, and he was getting a little salty, but then he came back and beat me down in 2 and 3. So the record stands at 1-0 at this point for Brawlins.
Why can I not find my my Brawl deck.
Uh-oh.
Oh, do I have a banned card? Oh my gosh, I have a banned card in here.
What do you
Doesn't
have?
have enough cards for this format. Are you kidding me? Okay, hang on. How am I missing a card? What did I click on?
I bet you clicked something when you're going through it.
I bet I did.
You're gonna go back and watch that video and see what it was, but
oh man.
For now, just put a forest in.
No, I'm not gonna put a forest in. Let's put a 3-drop in there. It looks like I got rid of a 3-drop. Oh my gosh.
You want me to start listing off your 3-drops? I got your deck here.
Yes.
Wayward Swordtooth, Jadelight Ranger, Yorvo, Blanchwood Armor. That's it.
Yep, that was it. I have no clue how I did that.
We may or may not edit this part out of the video.
Nah, we won't. And look at this. Our challenge has changed to 60 card.
Huh?
Look at that. That has got to be a bug. Our challenge has actually changed to 60 card up here.
I don't even have the challenge.
Huh. Okay. Oh, that's not.
Oh my God, Sean, you're a mess.
Wow. No. You should see this. Okay, you're gonna come back and watch the video. It had the button to it allowed me to select the type, but it also had the deck selection.
Oh yeah, well we're still in beta.
No, we're not.
What comes after beta in the Greek alphabet?
Oh man, usually a paid
alpha,
product.
beta, omega.
Finished product. Here we go. We are brawling. As promised 16 minutes ago, we are now brawling.
We're brawling. Okay, by the way, I want you to pay close attention to my card sleeves because I picked them out just for you, my friend.
Ooh, look at that. Well, I picked mine out just for me as well.
Got them just today, just so I could troll you with my Vivienne sleeves.
Oh, I think I can keep this. Mono green, I've got cards I can play.
Ooh, I like the fact that we get free mulligans in this format, that's for sure. Alrighty.
Not even worth it. I've got green cards, I've got lands.
Okay.
What else?
And putting a land in, play tapped.
Untapped, no plays. Your turn.
Yeah, we'll put this land in, play tap too.
One thing I like about Arena is I can order my cards in a very obvious manner for myself, and you can't see that.
Mm-hmm.
So no annoying shuffling my cards around.
All right,
what
yeah.
do we want to do here?
Sometimes I wonder, like, if your opponent sees which, like, if you draw a land off the top of your deck, and then that land is the furthest to the right in your hand, if you put that card in play, does your opponent see it coming from that part of your hand? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do they know that you played the land you just drew?
I don't know if they do. Was that card what position was the Goblin Matron you just cast?
Not on the right. It was like second from right.
Okay, it did come from the second from the left from my perspective. So that does seem like maybe it comes from the exact spot.
Okay.
Huh. Or the other thing is it could be just coming from the center. And Corey's got some ramp as well. Yep.
I'm gonna get to that fatty sooner. 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna have 7 mana next turn, baby.
That's pretty good. I want lands. Let's just get rid of that.
Yeah, that'll hurt. Now I have to say, people do not give Wily Goblin enough credit. Guy's real. It seems so insignificant and it's so bad compared to like any 2-drop mana dork, but I mean it does stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean you did spend 5 mana for a treasure and 2 1/1s, which I mean, yeah,
but
I think Wily
those
Goblin
guys become bigger. See, watch.
Yeah. I think the combo with Luca is pretty obvious.
We're gonna do this one.
Ooh.
I had other things to play that were like more certainly effective, but this guy's just more fun, right? Okay, what's this do anyway? Non-token dragon enters the battlefield under control. Oh, that's pretty good. It's a good thing you got rid of my my dragon egg.
Whenever non-token dragon enters the battlefield. Ooh. Well, I'm kind of bricking on land, so let's just go with a big boy
As you
here.
said, you play a lot of fatties in that deck. So do I. This is the battle of the fatties right here. All right, so we're gonna protect the dude, and this block here is actually pretty relevant considering this guy can no longer be converted to a much larger creature at this point.
Yeah, I'm kind of throwing that away to hope that you don't get another dragon next turn, but obviously you could have another dragon in your hand, which
is entirely possible.
Yeah, I mean, having another dragon in your hand is like, yeah, pretty close to game. Because now you have 18 power.
That's a lot of power. You know, this is a 5/5, and 5/5s are pretty good in Magic the Gathering, but the mystery, I can't handle the suspense. What could it be? Oh, something worse.
Yeah. Okay, let's start with a Great Henge.
Oh, put that away.
And let's do... Is this going to put it into play tapped? Yeah, it will.
What is it that we're talking about? Is this Cavalier of Thorns? That does not come into play tapped.
I'm trying to think how I'm not just like dead in the air next turn.
Yeah, flying is real. Now, your dude has reach, right? He's an archer. Oh, he doesn't have reach.
No.
Why? He's an archer.
And also like 800 feet tall.
Yeah.
And a god.
Flavor fail.
Did we mention a god? An indestructible god with an... Yeah.
Anytime there's a damn bow, it's got reach, unless it's like elvish archers.
I mean, I think I have to just do this. Force you to maybe kill my thing next turn.
Well, did you read the Maw of Flames?
Yeah, I know what it does, Corey.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I should have attacked with Carnage Tyrant because I can't block anyway.
Oh, hey, there's a free guy. Let's have fun. Wait a second. 6. Yeah, read that.
Do you just have lethal yet or no?
I don't think I have lethal, do I? I mean, I can pump my dragons up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, I do have lethal.
Mono red turning Wily Goblin and or turning a Goblin Matron into flyers is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
So now you can kill. You get to kill my Planeswalker, kill my creature that can block, and then and nug me for 4, right? We're pretty close.
How did that work there? Did that work right? Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I also have this ability to pump my dragons.
Yeah.
And that'll kill you. Right? Yeah.
Almost.
Well, doesn't this guy do 2 damage? Oh, to a creature.
Yeah.
Ah, son of a bitch. I totally misread that. I do have another land I could have just played, but whatever. Whiff.
Well, let's see what I can do here. Probably nothing. Well, okay. I'm doing this just to spite.
Yeah, come after me. That guy's good. I think that guy's kind of essential for green decks.
Oh, wait. This gives it a +1/+1 counter.
Oh, shit. Yep, it does.
I could have gotten the Dragon
pump.
but...
Yeah, I had the mana to give him +1/+0. Oh, how does this work now?
I mean, it doesn't really do anything. I just get land.
So like, does it not become? Let's just for science. Let's kill this guy, and I'm curious if Nylea ceases to be a creature after that. No, so it is the 1, 2, 3, or do you just have enough for devotion? No, you have enough for devotion anyway. Never mind.
What's Nylea, 5?
Yeah, so I'm wondering, like, if you've mutated it and then you no longer have 5, is it still a creature?
No, because it still has all the abilities. All right, just kill me.
Well, we gotta.
Come on.
We
We
gotta
got
do
another
this one more
game after this. What are you doing?
All right, here we go.
Oh, turns out Free Dragons wins you the game pretty quickly, huh?
Yeah, it does. I only target 2. All right, so best of 3.
Yeah, let's go again.
So that was a quick one. I think these are gonna be swingy.
I mean, that's just Magic now. that's just Commander where you don't have multiple opponents. All right, let me challenge you. Okay. And
now, speaking
I won
of,
the coin flip.
Is there any chance that we'll get multiplayer Brawl on this program?
I think zero chance. Honestly, like I mean, I totally get why people want it. There are some people who like to play Commander on Mikko, so I could see that being something they consider at some point, but it just seems like the board is just too bad for that kind of thing.
It is nice to, be able to get together with friends like in times like these. And Brawl does do a pretty decent, the online clients do a pretty decent job of organizing those fields when things can get really boisterous on a table. If someone's like 6 feet away from you and they've got just like a ton of artifacts, it's really hard to follow what the heck they're doing. Yeah. I do play a command tower or 2 because why not, right?
Obviously. Yeah, I think the fact that you have like 7 non-creature permanents on the battlefield, and that's enough to completely. Oh, you're gonna love this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never mind. This is just better. Sorry, I was gonna do something dumb, but this is just better. I think the fact that you have like 5 or 6 non-creature permanents, and you just already can't really. You have to scroll through them. I don't really see how that is doable with this format, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't do a very good job of managing like too much stuff. We saw that in one of our games where I had a bunch of artifacts and I had like a little window I had to cycle left and right to see everything. God damn it, I knew it was coming.
I'm glad I didn't do that on your treasure.
I have never been able to untap the Nyx Lotus against you. You're always ready.
All right.
Okay, we might be in trouble here because I did not draw land.
I respected the Wily Goblin this time.
Yes, you should.
I mean, that did kind of eat like a couple turns, so that was pretty good. Dragon Sword's pretty good.
It is, but missed a land drop.
Guess I should do this.
Mm-hmm. That is the name of the game. All right.
There's 4 with my Llanowar Gem Razor.
Oh, that was a terrible draw. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 mana.
This is the best Llanowar Elves ever printed. All right, we got more ramp.
Mm-hmm.
I do love this card, Dragon Sword.
This guy's not very good right now, but it's a thing.
Best Llanowar Elves ever printed. Doesn't die to Chain Whirler. All right.
Yeah, Llanowar Elves is a good target for mutate for sure.
I just got a YOLO, right?
Yeah, that's what it's about. Oh god, here we go.
All right, what should I get with this? I'm tempted to just get Corey's favorite card because I know he hates me playing this card. I mean, hate is a strong word, but
so you have to find anything.
Basically, yeah.
Anything with what is it?
7
lesser compared mana cost.
Let's just go with this guy.
You can only get 6 or less with that if you cast a 7-drop.
Oh yeah, 6 or less.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm feeling confident enough to attack.
Yeah. Think I can get through that Carnage Tyrant at any point?
No. Although you get to spin the wheel with Luca if you want. And Wily Goblin's already out of your deck, so.
Yeah, I could spin the wheel with Luca. I don't think that's right. Thorn Mammoth. Another creature enters the battlefield. It fights. So I don't know how I get out of this situation with that guy around. I guess I just play a 6-drop and hope for the best. Or a 6-power creature, I should say.
It is under my control, so.
Yeah, thank God.
All right, I'm going reach 100% of the time here.
Yeah.
Let's just start with fighting Wily Goblin. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll fight.
Oh, it's
yes,
time.
Resolve all. All right, I need more mana.
Do ya?
That was just mean of me. I'm sorry. Oh, I get to draw another card? Why? Well, you're right. They are certainly swingy.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Is it
going first?
Yes.
Has proven to be effective.
I mean, that is one of the best strategies in Magic is to just go first. But you get
All right, let's settle this.
You get to go first here. Opponent wins a coin flip. Here's your challenge. And it looks like we may have time for another battle. Maybe we can swap decks or something here.
Yeah, and just in case we had time for a bonus one, I did build a very experimental Brawl deck for us to try out too. It's goofy.
All right. Well, I'm excited to see it.
Okay, this one's keepable.
Ooh. Kamal's Druidic Vow, a 4-drop and 2 5-drops.
Keep it.
No, I did mulligan. Ooh.
This is my battlefield right here. You see all that fire out there?
I'm pretty scared.
This one's mine.
All right, let's go with. I guess this has more toughness. We'll play that.
I choose blue.
Corey's still learning Magic. See, that joke is just as funny when I say it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get a couple lands.
Oh no! Now you're ramping. Now you're brawling.
I will say, obviously we're playing these monocolor decks, so we're missing so much in terms of interaction.
Yeah.
Oh,
this is pretty good, actually.
Yes, that is pretty good.
Gives me some fodder for my Luca. Wait till you see the follow-up, John. It's impressive, I should say. Oh no, I hate that guy.
Well, I hate Legion War Boss, so we're even.
Oh, he's seriously the worst. Thorn Mammoth. What a pain in the ass. Okay, so I can't even count how many lands I have over here. That's awful. Is it enough. 4?
Yeah, I think so.
What do you mean enough? I need to know how many I have.
I mean, you could see 4 of them there.
I cannot.
Does it let you cast Luca?
It is painfully similar to the color of the background. And when I hover over them, I can't see. I mean, I'll find out when I try to cast things, but it kind of affects my sequencing basically.
I mean, you should have thought ahead and played with whiteboard lands.
Right. Yeah, this is not ideal.
You're going to spin that token into a 7/7 flying creature that I can never deal with, right?
That would be the best, yes. All right, let's hope for it. Nope. That is exactly the example I gave you of the disappointing flip.
That works for me, though. I'm okay with that. Let's see. If I do this... I mean, it's probably just best to do this, right?
Ugh.
Double my mana. What could go wrong?
Well, you're not fighting, so that helps. Not yet. Anyway.
Not yet. We're gonna YOLO it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What do you get? Well, I guess you get to fight twice. That's one thing. You get to kill my creature or my planeswalker and both creatures.
Yeah. No more dragons. Mm-hmm. Fun Police are green this time.
This feels awful right now, but it is absolutely what I need to do. Give up an entire turn to kill this stupid mammoth. That thing is OP. Look at that little Gnar you got there. That dude looks like the one that the mutate, the little mutate guy. Yeah, it's the one that guy makes.
Art's awesome. I love that. All right, let's make our thing bigger.
I wonder if Joe Exotic's got one of those at his too.
Yeah, obviously. All right, let's take that one.
The Tiger Gnar. The Gnar King.
I'm just going to keep casting spells if that's okay.
Oh my god. All right, I'm done. Put me out of my misery. I mean, these games haven't even been close.
No.
Not really one of them. Not one of them.
I have to say, the one where you got, like, amazing creatures off of a couple tokens or whatever was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
And then I just cast 8 spells and drew a card or whatever on turn 7. Oh, now I'm in for it.
Yep. Now you're gonna feel it.
I'm gonna gain some life.
Haha, you can't kill my guy now.
The transmogrifying one. No.
Well, that was stupid.
Yeah, it was. It really was. Okay, do you want to try swapping decks?
Yeah, let's swap. I'll show you what you missed.
Okay. Okay, hang on. I've got a booster pack to open. Okay, let's check it out. Ikoria.
Whatever red card you pull in there, you better put in the deck.
Okay, no red cards here so far. Umori was my
hang on, don't accept that. Is it just a brawl? I just do a brawl fight, right? Even though our decks are friendly brawl.
Yeah.
That's strange. I think the Luca deck is pretty cool though, but yeah, it's very swingy. I mean, there are just some really explosive dudes in legal and historic. And I think that getting the amount of lands to cast one of those explosive dudes first is a big advantage. So I don't know. It's hard for me to build a deck that doesn't involve green. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right,
no plays until turn 3. I feel like I'm gonna lose, so I will. Ooh, I got the best card in the deck.
Shock? You got a shock?
Nope. I will say I think that's maybe where I would consider changing things in the deck. Like, it feels like it could use just a little bit more removal.
Yeah, I did my best.
Like, you're kind of all in on the big guys, but
yeah. The thing is though, like I said, I think when you understand that removal is your weak point, you can either like try to make up for that unsuccessfully, or you can just try to overwhelm. Like, this is a pretty explosive start. Like, if I can't keep up with this, it doesn't really matter that you don't have removal.
That is true.
But this guy is a pretty big roadblock for you. Let's see.
I mean, kind of anything you play right now that puts creatures on the board is a roadblock. Oh, yeah. All right, well, I'm in it to spin it.
Yep, in it to spin it.
Exile target creature. I'm not even paying attention to the abilities. I suppose I probably should do the one that...
Do the Wily Goblin.
Too late.
All right.
Okay, I like that. Well, I got to attack with this. No choice.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5.
Yorvo. What a big boy.
Yeah. He is big.
That's a big boy too.
Not as big, but big. All right, there's still a chance here.
I mean, pretty soon you get to start attacking into the planeswalkers, right? Or into my creatures.
See. We'll see how things go.
Okay.
Let's see how things go.
I mean, I suppose I gotta spin the wheel, right?
You can, yeah.
Oh, that was worth it.
Yeah.
This is
a lot of
whenever
value.
a non-token dragon enters the battlefield. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, give me another dragon, please.
Oh my god. I will take the damage.
Oh, I've got to attack with this 1/1. I have no option.
You poor guy.
I also attack with my 6/6 flyer. Wow, Lathless is insane.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
I got it for free off Luca, and it's given me 16 power. Ooh,
Yeah.
Kolga.
Yeah, so this is one I think you need to include in your deck, probably. It kind of sucks that I have to kill this guy, but
yeah, you definitely do.
That's okay.
If you saw my hand, you definitely want to do that.
Yeah, I imagine there are more dragons in your deck.
Well, yes. Okay, we're gonna tick up this time.
Okay.
So I just get to cast this if I have a Luca?
Yeah.
Huh. Why would I want to do that when I can have more dragons, though? I guess I do want to do this. +1/+1.
Yeah, that guy's good.
I got to attack with this thing. Wait, do I just have you dead on board if I attack with everything? I do, don't I?
Yeah.
Considering you can block one creature.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let me resolve my mentor trigger. So I think what was swinging about this was just getting a free Lathless, because that's exactly what won the game for you. Wow, that felt good.
All right, you got one more in you. I'm tired of getting beat up
sure.
on. We need to play until I win. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's typically how these have to go, right? Okay, let me challenge you back again. We'll do coin flip. And what are we playing this time? This is a bonus round of Brawlin.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I've got my experimental deck. It's definitely not gonna win, but it's fun.
Okay.
Let's do it. You play something weird.
Yeah, I'll pick something weird. Nothing with a star on it here. Let's do. You know what? Let's try this one.
Okay. Don't give me that petitioner's crap again. Oh, this one. This one's good. So I've gotten my butt kicked by this one before.
No persistent petitioners. I'll keep this.
I'll keep 2, but it's gonna be an uphill battle. Okay, so I built Jaya Ballard because I think this Planeswalker is pretty terrible, but I want to believe that there's hope. So here I am
art
trying.
Is so cool too.
It is cool art, and its abilities are neat, but I just don't know if there's really enough to like justify this card.
This card will be worth the wait.
Ugh. All right, so we're gonna get rid of something bad. Let's get rid of this Flame Sweep.
Oh, you're like, I don't want to play Jaya Ballard. It's too bad, and you play Merchant of the Veil.
Yeah, so Merchant of the Veil is a creature that I can play in this deck, but otherwise I am like 90% instant and sorcery.
All right, I'm gonna do the not as greedy move.
Okay.
I had a greedier play that I could make, but it didn't seem like the right move. Light up the stage, hard cast.
Yeah.
We'll keep that. I think it's fine to go ahead and get my card.
Yep, there's your free draw right there with that Mox Amber. Nice. Okay, we'll play that. We'll play this guy.
All right.
And what else? What else? This one.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, so red instant and sorceries tend to do damage. So that's pretty much this deck.
One, two, three, four. Let's just put permanents on the board.
Yeah, fair enough. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, I got mana. Oh yeah, baby. Now it's time. Okay, so I can discard up to 3, then draw that many cards. I can add mana. Let's do the mana.
Only cast instant sorceries.
Yeah, and in fact, here's the
No
inefficient
human
use
peasants.
of Skewer the Critic.
Yeah, I mean you're laying on quite a bit of damage here.
Mm-hmm.
Now the question is, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I kind of need to do this. So I'm gonna spin the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that can go in the
Spin
yard.
the board.
That.
Is that number wing?
That's number wing. Yes, you're correct. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I don't. Why auto tapper would you not want to do that? Okay, hang on. Let me. I need to double check here because I'm gonna look like a total
Yeah.
idiot
You do your thinking. I won't
gotta
say
do
a
my
damn
math.
word.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Let's just do this.
Oh, okay. I hate that card.
I want a Planeswalker.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can do. I guess I can use that now. Let's +1.
Okay.
All right.
So, speaking of historic, there was an announcement yesterday. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, I didn't. Tell me about it.
There is. Hang on a sec. Let me discard some cards and draw. Well, you know what? Here's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna pay some mana this way, and then we're gonna use it. On May 21st, they're going to be introducing a new historic anthology.
Ooh, did they say what cards are in it?
They spoiled a couple of them. It looks like Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, is coming.
No.
Wonderful. This is great for the mono green decks, make them a little more swingy. And Phyrexian Obliterator.
Okay, I'm fine with that one. But we don't need Ulamog.
No, we don't.
I cast a 12/12 trample for 2 mana. Why do we need Ulamog?
Let's see.
I think I'm most excited to see what they have in there for Pauper. The historic Pauper stuff has been really fun for me. I've really enjoyed that. So I'm most excited to see what they have there. I could care less about Ulamog. I mean, realistically, like, when do you get to play historic except for here in Historic Brawl? So,
right.
If people want to spend their gems on an Ulamog, okay, fine.
Yeah.
We don't have Tron, at least, right?
That's
coming in the next historic anthology. Ooh, Finale of Promise.
Yeah, I haven't ever cast this card in this format, but here we are.
So you get to cast 1 spell for free, right? And if X is 10 or more.
No, I cast a sorcery and an instant for free. So
okay.
I'm going to be doing 3 damage to your dude. My dude, actually.
Okay. I'm going to use my mana here.
Oh, no. What are you doing?
Let's keep
treasure mapping. Yeah, and it says 27 cards, in the new anthology as well, which is more than the last one.
Yeah, that's a lot more. I think the last couple were like 12, right?
No, the last one was 25, it looks like. Let's see, command for sure.
Oh, and
what are we going to do with this other mana? I think it's time to play this dude here.
Steamkin's doing a lot.
I will bolt you. Yeah, Steamkin is a very good card. And then, also, here's the last thing. And I know I was talking trash about this earlier on the episode here, but ranked Q will become permanent. Thank God.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I forgot about this announcement until we started playing this, and I just went and Googled it. I was like, I thought I saw something yesterday about a historic announcement, and here we are. I'll put that thing away. Gross.
Don't worry. I'm using it the fair way. Or I guess I don't have any colorless spells really to reduce. I've got a couple artifacts in this deck, but not that much.
Let's see, how much mana do I have? 6.
I'm just waiting till I can cast this card because this is like one of the best cards ever, right? You can't see it,
I don't know,
but hopefully you get a chance to. I know you absolutely love this card.
All right.
Ooh, to the face.
What are we gonna cast?
Oof. Okay, now we're getting serious here. It's a lot.
Yeah, no, I'm not messing around. Okay.
It's a burn deck.
Yeah.
Well, I drew an Evolving Wild, so joke's on you.
I feel like I just got to get in there. Does that have 2 tokens on it now? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm going for it. Okay, so this is
all right, buddy.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like I got to keep this on top.
Okay. So in a deck like this, Jaya's like only costs 2 mana because I'm going to use the 3. It's kind of nice. I mean, at 7 though, casting it the second time not nearly as effective. But
oh, let's see here. I guess this still nets me mana, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love Treasure Map. That's an auto-include in every deck I build. Oh, God.
I love Omniscience.
Yeah, so I hate that card. Every time you beat me with this deck, I feel like I'm getting crushed by Omniscience. Okay, top 5, you get an artifact. So you might brick.
Yeah, I could brick, and I think I may still be dead here.
Nope, there's one. It's a pretty good one, too. Can you cast Jaya with your Omniscience?
No, because it's from your hand.
From your hand only. Okay, thank God.
If you got burned, I think I'm just dead.
I do, but I also have this. Imagine you want me to draw, yes?
If you decline, okay, there you go.
Yeah, you got to read those ones carefully.
All right, do you have 3 damage?
Yeah, maybe. I just want to show you this first. I got a lightning bolt.
All right, Corey, you won.
I did it. Okay, we can stop now.
I was just a little too slow. I think maybe I screwed up on the sequence of where I did my my treasure mapping. Maybe I think I could have possibly gotten it down a turn earlier, and I needed to get rid of that Steamkin a little bit earlier, but
yeah.
Oh well, it happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's kind of similar to the last 4 experiences we had with this format, where all it takes is one strong turn or one missed land drop, and you're just completely crushed by a value. Yeah. When we talked about this, just the 2 of us over text last night, it's like the power of all these cards that they're printing is just so much that missing on an opportunity to play a spell like, I don't know, your Vivienne, for example, it's like, that's huge value to overcome. Not only do you have a Planeswalker to deal with, you've also got a 3/3 token to get through. So, I think that WotC has identified that players like these big splashy cards, at least from an early player experience perspective. But the enfranchised players are growing a little frustrated with the high power of Standard these days, and it's making for difficult competitive environments. So.
Yeah, I would say, even for Brawl, you could even just, kick the life total up to 30 or something. Like, it's clear they started the life total at 25 to try and even out those swingy games a little bit, make them go a little bit longer, but it's not enough. It's not enough. I think it's got to be closer to 30. if you want that more commander-like game where things are a little more mid-range, if they don't want that, then you know, they can stick with 25-20, something like that, and you know, just end games much quicker. You know, and I think there's also perhaps a financial incentive to ending games quicker, especially if you have things where you have a paid entry fee. You know, when we're doing this friendly play back and forth, that's not really a thing, but I could totally see in standard where, you know, hey, let's get folks through the queue a little bit faster, so they're back in the queue spending those gems again. But
yeah, that was definitely one of the tenets of their, you know, their new model with the whole arena system coming out. Was a lot of players wanted to be more like Hearthstone, where you know, you play a game on MTGO and it could take 40 minutes to like an hour and a half. Whereas you play best of one games and they're done in like 5 minutes sometimes. But I think that severely impacts your experience as a player if you're playing competitively, because they are so swingy, and that game one can go either way. It's like you're just playing the matchup lottery then in that case. You have nothing that you can do where you can bring in stuff from the sideboard if there is no sideboard game. Mm-hmm. So I think things really test your skill a little bit more when you play best of 3. You have access to the sideboards, you know, so on and so forth.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm just going to go jam some Friday Night Magic Artisan and cycle through all my commons and uncommons and kill my opponents that way. That's an easy way to get an extra 2 turns in the game. It's just only play with commons and uncommons, right?
Yes, it is.
Well, thanks for joining us tonight. Decks, we've been brawling.
We have been brawling.
You have something to say?
I was just gonna say those decks are powerful too. There's some crazy stuff happening in that format.
Well, that's why I'm playing a 120 card reanimator deck. I'm not kidding. I've been playing a 120 card blue-black reanimator deck. It's nice. It's really bad, but when it wins, it feels so good.
You leave your opponent asking why you're playing 120 cards.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's up to them to hover over my deck to see how many cards I'm playing. You know, they got to notice that to be in on the joke. But anyway, thanks for joining us tonight. We've been brawling. Let us know in the comments who we should face off next time. You know, we've commented on it before, but we like to complain. But we legitimately have a lot of fun playing this format. We have a lot of fun building these decks. So let us know what you want to see, and subscribe to Card Knock Life. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, take it easy.